สวัสดีครับไม่สวัสดีก็สวัสดี
สวัสดี
Thank you so much for your kind hospitality.
Wow.
Yeah. I just stayed here last night. It was great.
Oh, you were here.
Yes. We film all around.
All right.
And yes, so inspiring the place.
Yes.
Actually, I passed through this alley a lot of times.
Okay.
But this time it was different. I was blessed to be able to be one of your students.
Well, that years ago.
Some times ago.
Yes.
Yes. I love acting. I love performing arts.
Yes.
I love music. And after the class that I attended with you, I actually auditioned for some musicals in
Right.
London and in Thailand. And I got a part to play in a few shows as well. So thank you so much. Yes.
I'm glad I was part of it.
Oh, thank you. And talking about your career so far, your career is mainly about?
Well, as you know, I started off with theater, of course, right? Because I studied theater
At Chulalongkorn.
At Chulalongkorn University, and in fact, it has been like a few years before Chulalongkorn, which is the academic year of the bachelor degree, right?
Yes.
Because I follow my sister who also was very into theater also.
Yes.
So I just like tag along.
Yes. Okay.
Always behind the scene,
Uh-huh.
like in the dressing room, collecting garbage or
Yes.
helping along with finding food or drinks for actors, actresses.
What was the first thing that triggered you to love theater?
Perhaps it's because of my family background, right? We are very much fond of watching movies, going to theater, both Thai and classical European theater. Always in the old days, we'll go to cinema like old cinema like Hollywood.
Yes.
Title is Hollywood, but they show like a Western film, especially the musical film, like Mary Poppins,
The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music, Oliver Twist, and everything.
Yes.
Camelot.
Camelot.
Fiddler on the Loo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So our house is filled with music.
Wow.
From the day we were born.
Wow. Okay. Which one is your favorite?
Which one is my favorite?
Musical film or musical show?
Oh, My Fair Lady, of
My
course.
Fair Lady. Okay. Wow.
Which one is yours?
For musical, I love Miss Saigon.
Oh, right.
Miss
right.
Saigon. Yes.
That's a later musical.
Later, I think 1989. Yes, longer.
Yes.
The first cast.
Did you see Zalonga before?
I saw her in Bangkok when she was here years ago, but I watched Miss Saigon a lot of times. I watched Mary Poppins and My Fair Lady as well. So from the Faculty of Arts, Chulalongkorn University.
Yes. Then I pursue my academic background in theater
Yes.
to my master degree
Wow.
in the U.S.
Wow. Okay.
During my master, my study in the U.S. and
Yes.
I have a privilege to come back to Thailand to be part of a legendary movie, The Killing Fields.
Wow. Film at the Railway Hotel in Hua Hin.
Of course.
Yeah. I was.
You were there.
I
right?
read about the story when I was at Central Hua Hin.
Right.
They told us that it used to be location in some
Yes,
films,
yes.
including The Killing Field, and I myself filmed at The Killing Field in Cambodia already.
Really?
I went there.
The real, actual
Yes.
Killing Field.
Yes. Yes. 'Cause I went to Tuan Saleng You know, the
Yes.
prison first and then the killing field.
Those days I was still a student.
Yes.
But I
Wow.
have a privilege to be part of this as an what they call the AD, the assistant director.
Wow.
And because of my background in theater, then I became an acting coach.
Yes.
For the part of the Thai actors of Thai actresses to perform in that particular film.
Yes.
And a few more films later on in Air America and Heaven and Earth. All done by legendary directors and producers.
Okay. You still keep contact with the team?
Well, yes. A few years ago, I had a chance to meet with Lord Putnam, who was the executive producer of the Killing Fields.
Wow, okay. Because for me, I think so far in the past 50 years, Thailand has been locations for filmmakers around the world.
Yes, we have so much attraction.
Yes.
And everyone loves it. And my experience with the foreign crew, they love Thailand and they love food. They love our passion to do the work.
Yes. Thai people.
The Thai people.
Yes. So with all these experiences in filming industry, it inspired you to, continue your career in.
Well, because of my brother-in-law, Khun Kata Sutapna Yutiyana, he established a production house called
Yes.
Sam Studio.
Sam Studio.
Right, and also a rental house, Sam Light and Camera Corner. So all is to do with the film industry. In fact, it has been like a family business which is expanding from one to another.
Right.
And at the end, we end up with companies that serve the industry in Thailand for film business.
And those experiences are part of creating this wonderful place later?
Well, it's different. This is an entirely different project.
When did you decide to make this place alive again?
Well, it has been a long time dream of the family. I mean, at our generation, to take care of the house, the
Family house.
the family house. To be able to enjoy what have been in the past is something that we all look for. My cousin Rajit Sangchuto, who happened to be again another famous director in
advertising.
in advertising and film
Industry.
this industry like television commercial. Actually, he did a lot of commercial for tourism authority of Thailand.
Yes.
The famous spot Pad Thai.
I know.
His-
Yes.
Rajit has the idea of decorating and because he's a film person.
Film person.
So when you see that corner and this corner or those corner, it's in his mind, in his eyes of the director's eye,
Yes,
the director's point of view, or
Yes.
in his camera frame.
Yes. The building itself is around 120 something years. I think
Almost 130 years since the reign of the king
Rama V. Okay. So talking about this district, it's called Dinso, right? Could you share with us the story of this Dinso area?
Just like the old town part of Bangkok, right?
Bangkok's old town.
Like Ban Bat, they are doing the bowl, the monk bowl.
Since early Rattanakosin period.
Chai. And this area is called Dinso because they do the Dinso, the pencil.
Is it the pencil that we use nowadays?
No, it's not the pencil you use, but the pencil they use in a special board.
Okay. In the past.
In the past.
Okay.
My grandmother, I remember well, my grandmother called Baan Tuk Din when she came to this house to collect, the rent.
Yes.
During the reign of King Rama VII,
Okay.
there's a revolution. During those revolutionary period,
Yes.
all the kingsmen, kind of, scatter around.
Yes.
Our family moved from this residence to live in Phetchaburi area. The house became vacant for some time before we rented out to some Chinese business people.
All right.
And they kind of turned the house into a hotel.
Okay.
So it has been a hotel before.
Before, but different
this
name.
one, in a different name called Thaiwari.
Thaiwari. Okay.
And it has been Thaiwari for 30, 40 years.
All right. So this area used to be main entrance.
Yes, and there's a small courtyard right in front of the hotel. But this part where we are sitting now is a shop house
Right.
called Tuk Thao.
Okay.
Because my grandmother built the Tuk Thao in front of the house itself, so that we can earn some rental
fee. Okay.
Renting it out to different shops like
Yes.
A shoe shops or a salon
Okay,
or a khao man kai.
Okay. Yes. And nowadays, how many rooms are there for these two buildings together?
Altogether it's 18, 9 here and another 9
Okay.
in the rear.
How would you like to position the hotel for the audience or for the travelers?
It's more like a residence. It's not a hotel as such. So if you stay here, you feel more like you are living in a house of a person or you eat food that the chef of the house cook for you.
Yes.
A lot of warmth and feeling about the house, rather than just like a nice cool
Place to stay.
place to stay.
Not just an accommodation overnight. But
The spirit of the house should be in every corner.
Yes.
In every little detail.
Yes.
Or even in every bite of the food that you take.
Yes. I know that each room has its own decoration. Do you have your favorite room out of 18?
Well, my favorite room would be the king's suite.
Suites.
Because of the height of the ceiling.
Very high. Yes.
It's quite high, and the decoration that Ratchit design with the texture of and colors. We reproduce the kind of wall or the colors of the wall back to the day when we walk in after we had it back from the person who rented out for like 30, 40 something years.
Yes.
So Rajit said, it's rusty and it's kind of give you more of this raw and stylish.
Artistic raw feeling.
Which room you?
I think suite. I think it's on the ground floor on the left side. So
that's the room I mentioned.
Okay.
That's my favorite room.
Okay.
With the blue sofa.
Yeah. I love the
Very
mix.
French.
Very French. A mixture of color, dark blue and brown, a little green together. Very, very classic. I think it's like a movie. That's why, the designer is a filmmaker. So we could feel that, yeah. In other areas, like in front of the room on the ground floor, there's some we call skeletons.
Yeah, that's
real.
That's real.
Oh, okay.
That's Ratchit's collection.
Okay, of animals. Okay. And then the courtyard.
Courtyard is something we enjoy because we plant things like herbs and so on. So the bartender, the mixologist, and the chef can collect some of the herbs and to mix it in the menu or
Okay, wow. Great,
Yeah,
great.
creation.
Organic ingredients.
organic, of course.
Okay. And the second floor, there's a special, we call library? Or the...
Well, it's more like a sitting room,
Sitting
where,
room.
where people can just come and sit and
Enjoy.
enjoy
their time.
maybe their own pocketbook or whatever they can look for in that particular room.
And I saw some old pictures.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
my,
okay.
my great grandfather.
Wow, okay. The ground floor, there are two places connected to each other. One is this cafe we're sitting right now,
Right.
and a restaurant
bar.
and bar. Okay, talking about the cafe, the coffee shop is kind of different because they serve kind of Turkish style coffee. I saw like how different they brew the coffee, like with the hot sand. So kind of a
The kind of the Turkish way.
Turkish way. Why Turkish?
The partner they own this brand called Shaloba.
Shaloba. Okay.
And in instead of just brew the coffee from the coffee machine,
Yes.
they just do it slowly.
Shallow. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, and just opposite is restaurant and bar. You can enjoy since early morning, right? Like breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Yes.
Okay,
and,
with
and
Thai
the jazz and the jazz.
What days of the week that they have jazz?
They have it
jazz
like
show?
4 days a week.
4 days?
Thursday,
Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, Thursdays and Sunday
8 p.m.
from 8 p.m. onwards. Okay.
But you can enjoy the happy hour since 5, 6 p.m. Try some house creation, cocktail.
Wow. Okay. Within this old district of Bangkok or other places in Thailand, what would be your recommended place to our foreign friends, probably if they come here to Bangkok or Thailand?
I would say Hua Hin.
Hua Hin, okay.
Okay.
Any particular part or as
Well,
in
Hua
general?
Hin has grown from the day I was a child,
Yes.
right? And our family always went to Hua Hin, for summer vacation because when you were a student in the school in Thailand, you have a long summer holiday.
Yes.
Starting from like
Late March
late March
until May.
to May. So your family has a choice to go to seaside holiday, so that you really can enjoy the good seafood, the sun and the sand and the sea.
Yes.
And then came back to study very hard
Yes,
again
yes.
and looking forward again for the next summer.
It's the first resort town of Thailand as well.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to share one of your international travel story? Probably
Right.
your favorite one.
It has to be Italy. Italy is full of art, architecture, food,
Yes.
all in one.
Yes.
All in one. But I believe every country has their own uniqueness.
Yes.
But Italy seems to touch me a little more. Perhaps I enjoy pasta.
That's why here they've got the best pasta inspired from probably Italy trip.
Probably.
Okay. And in terms of arts?
In terms of arts, of course, because the museum and you don't have to be in the museum, or you don't have to go to the museum to enjoy
The arts.
The arts.
But it's everywhere.
Because it's everywhere. It's in every corner. It's in the fountain. It's in the column. In even the signage and things
Yeah.
that you can enjoy and you can try to understand or try to learn from it.
Yes. And I feel like the old town of Bangkok, in some areas, they're inspired by Italian architecture as well, because we used to have Italian friends working here in Bangkok.
A lot of Italian in Siam.
In Siam, like a long time ago.
Because of the both King Rama V and King Rama VI, have invited and commissioned Italian artists, both architect and interior designer or artists
Yes.
like Galileo Chini who paint the dome in the Pratinangananta Samakom throne hall. Right? It's all Italian. And major royal residence and palace, including one in Hua Hin Cha'am, Marukatayawan,
Marukatayawan.
ราชวังพญาไทพหรือพญาไท Palace. That's also Italian.
I love going to Parachon Piatai's cafe, the Norasing
Norasing
cafe.
Cafe.
Open for public every day. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
that's your favorite
cafe? Yes.
cafe.
In Bangkok. Yes.
Okay. Thailand and Bangkok has a lot to learn and explore and experience. So I invite you to this part of the town, which is what we call the Old Town, the Ratanakosin Island. There's a lot of place or a lot of shops, street food and arts like museum or old resident house like here at Baan Tuk Din that you can come and be part of the experience that you would enjoy and remember it for a long time. So please come.